Crane residents fearful as mysterious oily substance seeps. Kaider News reports, residents of Crane, West Coast Demerara, are expressing fear and concern after the appearance of a mysterious oily substance in a home, causing strong fumes that have led to headaches, skin irritation, and burning sensations in the eyes and nose. The incident began on October 3, 2024, when 67-year-old Basmati Singh discovered droplets of an oily substance on the floor of her living room while cleaning. Singh, who has lived in the area for 17 years, had never encountered anything like it before. She and her son noticed multiple spots of the substance throughout the bottom flat of their two-story home, located close to the seafront. Upon discovering the substance, Singh's son contacted local authorities for assistance. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, was alerted on October 7, and a team comprising the EPA, the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission, GGMC, and ExxonMobil Guyana Limited, EMGL, visited the residence on October 8. The team conducted on-site tests and collected samples of the substance for further analysis. During a follow-up visit on October 11, the EPA informed the family that high levels of sulfur dioxide, SO2, were detected in their living room. According to the American Lung Association, sulfur dioxide is a gaseous air pollutant that forms when sulfur-containing fuels such as coal, petroleum oil, or diesel are burned. Inhalation of this gas can pose serious health risks, causing symptoms like wheezing, shortness of breath, chest tightness, and long-term respiratory problems. Basmati Singh explained the situation, saying, "They took the samples and told me it is for further investigation, but they told me the EPA does not have the necessary equipment to get the job done. They have to do a report to ExxonMobil, which has the necessary equipment to analyze the samples. But unless they do the report or Geology and Mines does it, the EPA can't do anything." The Singh family has since expressed their concerns to ExxonMobil's grievance team. However, they have not received any updates from the company and are still waiting for further information regarding the investigation. Residents of Crane are worried about the potential health risks posed by the presence of sulfur dioxide in the air, especially as the source of the mysterious oily substance remains undetermined. The community is calling for swift action and transparency from all parties involved in the investigation to ensure their safety. Police investigating fatal accident at Litchfield, West Berbice. Police are investigating a fatal accident that occurred at approximately 1745 HRS on Tuesday afternoon on the Litchfield Public Road, West Coast Berbice. The accident involved a motor lorry, license plate #GAE4037, owned and driven by 65-year-old Gokran Lakram of Lot 41 Foot, Cotton Tree Village, West Coast Berbice, and a tractor, number 35473, with an unregistered trailer, driven by 52-year-old Sherlock George of Litchfield Village, West Coast Berbice. Preliminary investigations revealed that motor lorry #GAE4037 was traveling east along the northern side of Litchfield Public Road and was negotiating a right bend when the tractor and trailer, proceeding south from an access road, failed to stop at the Litchfield Public Road junction. This led to the tractor and trailer ending up in the path of the lorry, resulting in a collision between the front of the lorry and the right side of the trailer. As a result of the collision, both vehicles sustained damage. The driver of the lorry, Gokran Lakram, along with two porters who were seated in the tray of the lorry, sustained injuries. They were taken to Fort Wellington Hospital in a conscious condition, where they were attended to by Dr. Mohammed. Tragically, Lakram succumbed to his injuries while receiving medical attention, while the two porters remain admitted to the hospital in stable condition for observation. The police investigation into the incident is ongoing. Ministry of Labor investigates workplace fatality at Sand Hill Trail, Region 7. The Ministry of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health, OSH, department has initiated an investigation into a fatal workplace accident that took place on Sunday, October 13, 2024, at Sand Hill Trail in Region 7. The victim has been identified as Mr. Marlon Davidson, a 37-year-old security supervisor employed by Hopkinson Mining Security Firm, residing at Lot 13 Middle Street, Pudaroyan, West Bank, Demerara. According to initial reports, the accident occurred at approximately 1725 HRS as Mr. Davidson was traveling east on the northern side of Sand Hill Trail on an all-terrain vehicle, ATV. It is reported that he was moving at a high speed when he lost control of the ATV, causing it to overturn and pin him underneath. As a result of the impact, Mr. Davidson sustained serious injuries and was found unconscious. He was subsequently assisted by public-spirited citizens who transported him to the Bartica Regional Hospital. Unfortunately, despite efforts to save him, Mr. Davidson was pronounced dead on arrival by attending medical personnel. In response to this tragic incident, Senior Occupational Safety and Health Officer, Mr. Darwin Bourne, visited the site to conduct a preliminary investigation. The purpose of this investigation is to determine the causes of the accident and to develop recommendations aimed at preventing similar occurrences in the future. The Honorable Minister of Labor, Joseph Hamilton, extends heartfelt sympathy to the grieving relatives, co-workers, and friends of the deceased. He also takes this opportunity to remind employers and workers of the importance of good safety and health practices in the workplace to prevent similar incidents that can result in the loss of lives of loved ones. The investigation is ongoing, and further details will be shared as they become available. Brazilian among 3 charged with trafficking in narcotics, illegal entry. 3 individuals have been charged today following an investigation into the alleged illegal landing of an aircraft at an unauthorized airstrip linked to narcotics trafficking in Bouchermont Village, South Rupununi, Region 9, on October 6, 2024. The individuals were arrested on October 8, 2024, and subsequently charged on October 16, 2024. They are identified as follows. Robintain Peixoto Saraiva, a 48-year-old Brazilian miner of Boa Vista, Brazil. Hamlet da Silva, a 53-year-old self-employed man of Bonfim, Brazil, and Achiuab Village, South Rupununi, Region 9. Evander Phonix, a 27-year-old miner of Achiuab Village, South Rupununi, Region 9. Charges. Evander Phonix was charged with the offense of trafficking in narcotics, contrary to Section 5(1)(a)(i) of the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substance Control Act, Chapter 1010. Hamlet da Silva and Robintain Peixoto Saraiva were jointly charged with the offense of trafficking in narcotics, also contrary to Section 5(1)(a)(i) of the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substance Control Act, Chapter 1010. Additionally, Robintain Peixoto Saraiva was charged with illegal entry, contrary to Section 34(1)(a) of the Immigration Act, Chapter 1402. The defendants appeared today at the Georgetown Magistrate Court No. 5 before Her Worship Faith McGusty. The charges were read to them, and they all entered not guilty pleas. Attorney Bernard da Silva represented all 3 defendants, including Brazilian national Robintain Peixoto Saraiva. The next court date is set for October 29, 2024, for the disclosure of statements and reports. SOKU recommends dozens of charges against Assistant Commissioner of Police, Calvin Brutus. News source Guyana. The Special Organized Crime Unit, SOKU, in Guyana has recommended dozens of charges against Assistant Commissioner of Police, Calvin Brutus, following an expanded investigation based on information received from the Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU. The SOKU investigation, which originally focused on allegations of financial improprieties linked to the Guyana Police Force's credit union, widened after millions of dollars were found in Brutus's bank accounts and the accounts of his relatives. While Brutus has explained these funds as wedding gifts and savings, the SOKU is awaiting legal advice from the Director of Public Prosecutions on whether to proceed with the charges. The Special Organized Crime Unit, SOKU, is awaiting advice from the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, after recommending dozens of charges against Assistant Commissioner of Police, Calvin Brutus, following an expanded investigation into potential financial improprieties. The situation surrounding Assistant Commissioner Brutus remains complex and unresolved. The DPP's advice will determine the future course of the investigation and potential legal proceedings. Minister Mustafa addresses strike at Bouchermont Sugar Estate. In response to the recent strike by sugar workers at the Bouchermont Sugar Estate, Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa has clarified that the labor action was a result of miscommunication between the estate's management and its workers. Minister Mustafa explained that the management was seeking to ensure that workers met specific operational standards. It was a miscommunication, and I think they didn't understand what management wanted. Management's request was for them to debt rash, remove the leaves and tops from sugarcane stalks, to separate the trash from the cane. This process is essential to prevent trash from entering the factory during the crushing of sugarcane, he stated. Following discussions between management and the workers, operations at the estate resumed on Wednesday. When management went back and explained the situation to the workers, they were satisfied and returned to work this morning, Minister Mustafa confirmed. Despite the resolution, sources at the estate indicated that the strike stemmed from broader concerns, including poor working conditions, unrealistic weekly targets, and other related issues. In light of these concerns, management held a meeting with representatives from the Guyana Agricultural Workers Union, GAU, following the strike to address the workers' grievances. The Ministry of Agriculture remains committed to ensuring a healthy dialogue between workers and management to foster a productive and harmonious working environment. SOKU head issues legal demand for retraction, apology from Big Smith News Wat. Guyana Chronicle reports, Assistant Commissioner of Police Fazil Karambaksh, the head of the Special Organized Crime Unit, SOKU, has initiated legal action against Leroy Smith, the owner of Big Smith News Watch, over alleged defamatory statements made on the news platform. Karambaksh, through attorneys at law Satram and Satram, has issued a formal demand for an immediate retraction and public apology concerning an article titled, Breaking. SOKU head gave Brutus/wife large amount of cash on wedding day but remained silent. The article, published on Big Smith News Watch, questioned the origins of a $40 million deposit made by Commissioner of Police Calvin Brutus after his wedding and alleged that Karambaksh had given a significant sum of cash as a gift to Brutus and his wife. The legal demand from Karambaksh's attorneys also addresses 2 additional articles published by Big Smith News Watch, which they claim are defamatory in nature. No listed qualifications for SOKU head to support promotion to DC. This article questioned Karambaksh's qualifications and suggested that he lacked the necessary academic credentials for his anticipated promotion to Deputy Commissioner of Police. It included what was purported to be an Excel table of his qualifications. Text from Government Min exposes plot to have SOKU target top cop/Brutus. This publication alleged that Karambaksh was involved in a scheme to target senior police officials, including Commissioner Brutus, and implied political interference in his professional conduct. The articles, according to the attorneys, collectively suggest that Karambaksh is corrupt, engaged in bribery, and politically compromised in his role as the head of SOKU. These claims, viewed by over 30,000 people and shared more than 1,500 times on social media, have caused significant reputational damage to Karambaksh. The legal notice states, the publications and remarks about our client are completely untrue and defamatory. We are instructed to demand, as we hereby do, that you immediately publish a full and complete retraction and apology in terms approved by our client. The notice further warns that should a retraction and apology not be issued, legal proceedings will be pursued to seek damages for the reputational harm caused to Karambaksh as a result of the statements. In a related development, Minister Anand Persad, from the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, has also issued a formal demand for a retraction and apology from Leroy Smith regarding the allegations made on his platform. This development highlights the tensions between media outlets and public officials in the country, with both sides asserting their right to maintain credibility and integrity in the public eye. Edge Hill calls for license revocations amid surge in reckless driving and fatal accidents. With a concerning rise in fatal accidents across Guyana, Public Works Minister Juan Edge Hill is calling for stricter measures against reckless driving, including the revocation of driver licenses for repeat offenders, especially those driving public transportation. Minister Edge Hill emphasized the urgency of addressing this issue, citing a troubling trend of excessive speeding and dangerous driving behaviors that endanger lives and damage public infrastructure. During a recent stakeholder meeting in Linden, Region 10, Upper Demerara Burbus, Edge Hill highlighted how reckless driving not only contributes to loss of life but also results in significant damage to public infrastructure, which the government spends billions of taxpayers' dollars annually to maintain and rehabilitate. Edge Hill recounted a personal experience, stating, "Yesterday morning, I'm going to my office, and I had to delay a meeting that I had, because I'm going through Cemetery Road, and the concrete walkway, Mr. Mayor, the drain's covered with concrete, and a minibus is on top of there with the school children going to school because it's 2 lanes and he wants to get in front." He stressed the importance of fostering a culture of safety and consideration on the roadways, noting, "No matter what you put in place, the culture of safety and the culture of consideration for others must be foremost in our minds. Development, making money, people are the beneficiaries, and we must put people at the front of everything." Minister Edge Hill announced plans to collaborate with the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Guyana Police Force, GPF, to establish stronger measures to curb reckless driving. He emphasized that accountability is key, stating, "I'm going to ground your bus, I'm going to revoke your license." He also pointed out problematic areas like Georgetown's Mandela Avenue and the misuse of walkways and bike lanes intended for pedestrians and cyclists. Despite infrastructure improvements, including speed bumps and designated bike lanes, Minister Edge Hill stressed that these measures alone cannot ensure safety without a shift in driving culture. "Even if we put in a speed bump every 2 meters, we still have to get a culture of safety," he added. The call for action comes amid a spate of recent road fatalities, with 3 deaths reported in the last 2 days. The GPF reported a 20% increase in fatal accidents involving motor trucks from January 1 to August 26, 2024, compared to the same period last year, with 18 fatal incidents recorded this year. Non-fatal accidents involving trucks have also increased by 31%. While Guyana has seen a slight decline in overall fatal accidents and fatalities between January and May 2024, the latest surge underscores the need for urgent action to address road safety. Truck parking facility to be established at Great Diamond. The Ministry of Housing and Water is pleased to announce the upcoming construction of a truck parking facility at Block 18, Great Diamond, East Bank Demerara. This initiative is designed to alleviate the congestion caused by sand trucks and other large vehicles associated with the construction sector parking along the East Bank Public Road. Today, Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, alongside Deputy Director of Projects Intikab Indarjeet and surveyors from the agency, visited the site earmarked for the new facility. Minister Crowell emphasized that the recent boom in the construction sector has led to an increased demand for larger trucks necessary for the timely delivery of construction materials. In light of this boom, we needed to find a solution for these trucks, Minister Crowell stated. We have identified 15 acres of land on the east bank of Demerara that will be developed into a truck parking facility. Additionally, we plan to implement a similar project on the east coast of Demerara, resulting in a total of 30 acres dedicated to Region 4. The minister further revealed that similar truck parking facilities will also be established in Regions 3 and 6, along with a facility on the Linden/Soesdijk Highway. For the facility on the highway, we are considering a location near the junction, which will allow trucks to temporarily stop while waiting to load or serve as a rest area for overnight stays, he added. This initiative is a significant step towards improving road safety and efficiency for the construction industry, while also enhancing the overall traffic management along the East Bank Public Road.